Like, none of this matters to him. Like, it's all bullshit to him. So you might as well blow up the entire fucking school. Who cares?
Chrissy, I mean it when I say I can fix them. I can fix them.
I would love to see you try to fix
I can
this
fix
dude.
them. I'm telling you. He just needed the right woman.
You're back.
Hello, and welcome to Cinematics Problematics, where we celebrate your guilty pleasures. I'm Chrissy Redding.
And I am Erin Maxwell. And today we are going to examine the film that taught thousands of 14-year-old girls I can fix them. Before teen movies were all glow-ups and good vibes, there was Heathers, the jet black high school satire released in 1988, directed by Michael Lehmann and written by Daniel Waters. The film stars Winona Ryder as Veronica and Christian Slater as the dangerously charismatic JD, alongside Shannen Doherty, Kim Walker, and Lisanne Falk as the ruling class of high school honeys known as the Heathers. The story follows Veronica, a popular girl who hangs around a trio of high school hotties, until she gets swept off her feet by JD. And they decide to take out their wrath and anger on the popular kids by offing them one by one. Heathers is darkly funny, stylish, and deliberately outrageous, taking aim at teen cruelty, conformity, and the absurdity of high school. It was known for its snappy dialogue, it was known for its bright color palette, its dark humor, and its absolute brutality. And it was one of the prime teen comedies of the 80s. And Heathers was to teen comedies what Jaws is to beach vacations. Today, modern audience have a little bit of an issue with Heathers because perhaps they don't quite get the satire. And they may find its advert violence and over-the-top themes a little bit uncomfortable. Sometimes it's a little bit too provocative for its own good, and so people have been turning on Heathers every now and then, and that's what we're here to discuss. Fuck me gently with a chainsaw, Chrissy. What was the first time you viewed Heathers?
Well, first of all, that intro was so very.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think that was like the first fetch. Was the word very. Anyways, the first time I saw Heathers, I think that I saw it for the first time on video. I remember being like, ooh, this looks like kind of like spicy. And, you know, as I've said many times before, like there were kind of no guardrails on what we could watch. So I watched the film and I loved how kind of like raunchy it was and how just abrasive it was. And it was really funny. And I think that even like at a really young age, I got the satire and had a massive crush on Christian Slater, even though it's like so gross that I would have a crush on his character because he's so bad. I know.
He introduced you to Jack Nicholson.
He introduced you to Jack Nicholson? I mean, I knew about Jack Nicholson before. Even like when I was watching it, I was like, this is Jack Nicholson. This is like young Jack Nicholson, which I think was like super hot at the time. And I think that he kind of he was like one of the best representations of like kind of like the dark, broody guy that you totally fall for because he's dark and broody and pretty smart when he's absolutely just atrocious for you and like has red flags like all over the place that you don't let yourself see because he's so cool and confident and like well-spoken yet murderous. So I think that also like why it hit for me at the age that I saw. I think I must have been like maybe like 11 or 12 when I saw it. I think that like the whole like school bullying thing kind of resonated with me and like the Mean Girls aspect because everybody kind of like knows Mean Girls and I had my own Mean Girls like in school and I was bullied. And so having a film like where they get to take like retribution on assholes was I was like there for it big time. And I thought that the chemistry between Winona Ryder and Christian Slater was just totally off the charts. I thought they were so freaking great together. And like not as a couple, obviously that was a disaster, but in the film, like they played off of each other so freaking well. And it's like just an immensely quotable film. Like I think that we went to go see it at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Like it must have been maybe 15 years ago. Like it was like a long time ago, but everybody was quoting this movie and having a blast with it. So that part of it still sticks for me. I still like watch this movie and I haven't seen it in years. And I still remember every line to this film. And it's so well written, and it's so smart, and it's so funny that I still love it. But there were parts of it that did not age very well in the context of the world that we live in right now. So I can see why people are a little bit put off by it. But I think that satires are hard to criticize for that, because that's the entire point. What about your first time?
I mean, I saw this in the theaters. My cousin Judy took me, and I went to go see it at the Beverly Center.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, I was
Beverly
a kid.
Center.
And since then, this movie had a huge impact on me. I've dressed up as Winona Ryder from this movie no less than 3 times.
I believe it.
And once as Heather Duke as part of a trio.
Oh, wow. So you were Green Heather.
Yes, Green Heather. Yes. Like Shannen
Doherty
Doherty's Heather. But then I was Heather Duke going to the party, Heather Duke. I mean, not Heather Duke. I mean, I was Veronica going to the party, Veronica. Heather Duke in green carrying Moby Dick. And then I was also Heather twice after the explosion with the red scrunchie in my hair. This movie had a huge impact on me. I loved Winona Ryder in it because I loved her at the time. I fell in love with Christian Slater, who at the time replaced River Phoenix for me as far as the top of the totem pole.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
Very powerful, yes.
Okay.
As you said before, the dialogue was outstanding. And for me, it's like right on the same level of Showgirls. The quotes of, "What's your damage, Heather? Fuck me gently with a chainsaw. How very. My teenage angst now has a body count." Like, it just goes on and on and on.
Lick it up, baby.
Lick it up. Lick it up, baby. It is so good. It is so good. Everything about it. And then it's just so clever in and of itself. The fact that it's called Westerberg High after Paul Westerberg from The Replacement. It's just, it makes me sad. And even using Poor Man, who at the time was an icon of K-Rock, as the host of the radio show Hot Probs.
Yes.
Was a fantastic move, because everybody in Los Angeles knew exactly who Poor Man was and what he was doing. So the minute his voice came on, it's like, oh, this is going to be like a romance show or a teen show where kids call in for their like issues. Even that was brilliant. Every part about this was brilliant in its casting, in its writing. Loved it. It was my choice to cover this. And the reason is because, as I discussed before, I am addicted to watching reaction videos online. And newer generations have some issues with this film. And part of the problem is, and it is not a problem with the film, is that I guess it is kind of a problem with the film a little bit, is that it hasn't aged in a way where the satire has remained biting, but instead, it's hard to understand that it's satire.
You mean it's hard to understand satire for some modern audiences?
Correct.
Right?
So younger modern audiences, and that's who I've been watching. So probably anywhere between the ages of 15 to 25. It's difficult for them to grasp some of the jokes. The bigger ones, and the one that certainly comes to mind where it was difficult for them to grasp, is the scene where Kurt and Ram are killed. And they plant all of the goods on them to give the idea that Kurt and Ram are homosexual.
Right.
And that joke of what they plant doesn't translate.
Interesting.
Because they don't understand, modern audiences don't understand that at one point, mineral water had a stigma to it.
You know what? I actually learned that from Heather's. I didn't know that at the time. I had no idea. Like, I mean, I think that also at the time, it's like, there were so many other things kind of like overshadowing more kind of like pithy, like little details about the lifestyle at that point, because like 1989, we're in the throes of the AIDS epidemic.
Right.
So when you're talking about gay men, especially, it was in the context of like, wow, there's gay men dying left and right. I think like they reached like the highest death toll in New York in 1989 for the AIDS epidemic. So it's like, so I didn't even know that one.
And the only time you heard about a gay man in the news is when it was someone being forced out of the closet or someone dying of AIDS, or in this really horrific kind of situation where they were being outed after death.
Right.
And that was really the only time you're hearing about it. And it's such an odd situation to have to explain now.
Mm-hmm. Even at the time, though, like when I saw this film shortly after I think it came out, even like when watching that part, there was like a part of me that was kind of like, ugh, and like part of it is like just kind of like the homophobia attached to it. But
right.
It was also the fact that, there were so many people like still in the closet. It was still a huge deal to come out. And here they are
Very
kind of
much
like
so.
making fun of it. So this kind of like segues pretty well into some of the crime. Like, should we just like talk about some of the crimes?
Sure. I just have a few little notes of little tidbits and goodies I just want to throw out there real quick.
Go for it.
If there was going to be a sequel, I actually found out about it because Winona Ryder talked about it. Originally, it was going to be her in college, and then I think it evolved to her in the corporate world. And it was her finding out, like, during an internship, that there were Heathers continue to follow you through your life in the corporate world. And then her applying what she learned in high school to work.
Yeah, I think I read that as well, too. I'm still waiting for a Heather sequel, like, especially if it's going to star Meryl Streep, who it was supposed to star. Oh, they were thinking about Meryl Streep. But I don't think anything has happened with the Heather sequel so far. I mean, it would be kind of amazing, but I don't know if we're going to get that one.
No, it's just, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to go. And the other little note that I found that was like kind of fun to watch is like when you watch this movie, you got to pay attention to the croquet game, because where everybody is in the croquet game makes sense to where everybody is in the film.
Shut up. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either, but apparently if the croquet game that's set up is not random.
Huh. Interesting. I don't know anything about croquet, so I don't even know if this would mean anything to me if I rewatched it, but go on.
Yeah, same, but whatever. It's
But fun fact.
Fun fact. Fun fact. All right, I am ready to take on some problematic issues.
Okay, so I mean, we were just talking about the homophobia, so let's just start there, right? I mean, like any 80s movie, I feel like this is just kind of like a mainstay of any 80s movie. I feel like we were talking about homophobia every single time we tackle a film involving teenagers from the 1980s. It is just a thing from back then. But I think that this one takes it to like a different level because so a little bit of context for those of you who have not seen the film in a while. Winona Ryder's character, Veronica, is dating JD. Like they just started dating, but her friend Heather McNamara, she has asked her to go on a double date with her and this guy Ram, who's a football player who we meet at the beginning of the film being a dick. And his friend Kurt, who we also meet at the beginning of the film being a dick and like tossing the F word for gay people around and trying to intimidate Christian Slater's character. So we already know that these guys fucking suck, but she like reluctantly agrees because she's trying to do a favor for a friend. During the course of the date, Kurt is expecting something from Winona Ryder that she's not willing to give. She escapes the date. The next day at school, the guys have told everybody that they like double teamed her. And so with that, she goes to her boyfriend and they decide, well, let's do something like really humiliating. We're going to like try and shoot them with like fake bullets that are tranquilizers, but it's not going to kill them. And this is after they've already killed Heather Chandler. They decide to stage it kind of like it was like this repressed gay romance that they've had forever. And they bring all these kind of like assortment of, I guess what they called at the time, stereotypically gay accessories to the scene of the crime. And they actually shoot them and make it look like they shot each other and leave a suicide note about their gay affair.
Correct. And the items that they leave are stereotypical, bizarrely at the time, stereotypical. Like things like box of chocolates and mineral water.
The mineral water, like I said, that is one I did not know.
And their point of view is that they live in Ohio, so if you don't have a brewski in your hand, you are considered a homosexual. And to his point, when the cops show up and they find the two corpses and they go through the baggie and they pull out the mineral water, they immediately go, oh my God, they are homosexual.
Yes.
And so the plan worked.
Right. The plan totally worked. Like a lot of the behavior that we see in the film is homophobic. I don't know if the film itself is being homophobic because what they're doing is not like saying, oh, these two guys are gay. It's like they're setting them up in a situation where they know that these two men will be completely humiliated because they're so homophobic themselves.
Correct.
Right? It's not that Veronica and JD are necessarily like that they hate gay people. It is that they hate them. And unfortunately, they use these things that Kurt and Ram have said before to other people and said, well, what if their suicide note was that they were like in this gay relationship as a form of like humiliation? Now, still not good.
They also want to clear Veronica's name because they had said that they had double teamed her. And so since no one is going to believe that Veronica, that she did not have sex with both of them, since they would be so willing to believe that they are gay,
right,
that would clear her name as well.
And there are other times like throughout the film, like where I think Christian Slater's character at least makes a statement to the effect of all these guys have going for them are, date rapes and age jokes.
Yeah.
And it's because he's pointing to the fact that they're assholes.
Yes.
And that they are homophobic themselves. But the problem is that they use that and the very sensitive topic of people coming out or how hard it is to come out and how repressed people were at the time to fully humiliate these two men and stage their suicide.
This is what uses something what I like to call the Jack Tripper effect, which is you use homophobia as a plot point. And the plot point is basically that everybody that is defending homosexuals is good. And everybody using homophobia to make jokes about it or to use it as something as fear is bad. But everybody is still using homophobia.
Right. It's like it's still very much there, and it's still being used as this device, and it's still a very, very sensitive time. I mean, even like today, like where it's much easier for people to come out generally.
Right.
I think society is like much more accepting now. Back then it was very touchy, and it was like for the people who were living through it, it was a very real thing. So it is skirting this line, kind of like we see what they're trying to get at. It's not the characters that are being necessarily bad with this, but they're using this to dole out the biggest humiliation that they can for these guys in their last moments and what they'll be remembered by forever.
And quite honestly, this is on my list of things. This is probably number 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm dying to know what your number 1 is. Like, what order should we go in?
Well, I can start. You want me to go?
I want to hear your number 1.
Well, number 1 is treating suicide and school violence as a punchline in general.
Yes.
So that would be the number 1 thing. And again, that's what horrified most reaction people the most. Within the first 10 minutes when JD stands up and he pulls a gun on Kurt and Ram. And Kurt and Ram go to JD in the beginning of the lunchroom right after Heather and Veronica are doing the polls because Kurt and Ram go to bully JD. Mm-hmm. And they're about to beat him up. And he stands up in the lunchroom and he pulls out a Glock. Mm-hmm. And he shoots them. Is so jarring and terrifying to people watching this, especially when they're younger, that they don't understand why he wasn't expelled because
the good old days.
And then they cut to a scene, they're like, it was just blanks, no harm, no foul.
Oh my god, if a kid just shot blanks even in a school today, oh my god,
right
it would be like all over the news. But
where we are, that's where we are. It's because that's where school violence is.
Yes, we're on the same page in that. Like I had this on my list as well, but it was a different. It really was a different. Like this was before Columbine. I think that there were school shootings, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it has been in the past. 25 years,
right,
or so. And so, like, we lived through that, and we've seen every other school shooting since. And like these people who are watching the reaction videos, that's all they know. Like they don't remember the time before. All of this shit became very real and like a very real, issue for us in our country, at least. So like when we see it, we're just like, haha, funny. He brought a gun to school and he shot blanks at the football guys, like hilarious. And then, but even like when I was rewatching it and I saw that part, I was just kind of like, oof, it hit a lot different than it did the first time. And it is a very real thing now. Like even just seeing like a gun in a school right now, like even if it's in a movie, even if it's in a satire, it doesn't feel the same as it did in 1989 for sure.
No. And it's a lot of the suicides in it are just because they're played for so many laughs and understanding that it is an extreme satire and it's so dark, if you are not ready for that darkness of a suicide being played for laughs, things like Martha Dunstock's walking into traffic and getting ready to kill herself, and then Heather Duke going, oh my God, she totally failed. She's trying to be like the popular people. Oh my God, is that pate?
Well, I mean,
First off, her delivery of that line, and I do not do it justice, is brilliant.
But I think that like when it turned a little bit was when the Martha Dunstock attempted suicide happened. It was like that one seemed very real and kind of serious. That one did not seem funny at all. And I think the thing that makes it like a little bit murky is that these aren't suicides. They're murders.
Right. Up until
made to look
then,
like suicides.
It's not suicide, but only we, Veronica, and JD know that.
Right.
To everybody else, they think it is. So how they interpret that is very odd. Because you go do what everybody's thinking at the first Heather's funeral. And like either she's a hot piece of ass or they're happy that she's dead.
Or my favorite was like when the guy said, yeah, we dated for a little bit, but she broke up with me because I was boring. But now I know it's just because of her own insecurities that I'm actually not boring.
So good. Oh my God. So good.
But it addresses it so well. It's just like, I mean, it's meant to be ridiculous. It's meant to be fucking off the charts ridiculous. And these people are meant to be incredibly self-centered, as teenagers typically are.
Right.
It's just exploiting that. It's just showing us what's already there, you know, but just like in a really extreme way.
But then you have at Kurt's funeral when JD and Veronica are making jokes between each other and they start laughing, and then it camera pans to like what I can only assume is his little sister.
Yeah.
And then that's before you see Martha. And that's when, for me, that's when it got real. Because it's like, oh yeah, someone is really bummed about his death.
Yeah.
Like we saw his dad being really bummed about his death, but because of the great line, I loved my dead gay son, while he's holding a football.
And they're wearing their helmets in the casket.
Yeah, and they're wearing football helmets in the caskets. Jesus. Like it's so hard to take that scene. So good.
You can do it, Aaron. You can get through it. This is serious. This is where it turns serious, Aaron.
We're serious people. By the way, that's how I want to go. That's how I want to go. If you don't like fucking show up at my funeral telling me that you left your dead gay Aaron and bury me in a football helmet, I don't even want to know. I'm going to fucking haunt you.
I don't know whether to bury you in a football helmet or in Gina Gershon's outfit from Showgirls. I have no idea. Like, which one do you want?
Both.
You can't have it all.
Both.
You can't have it all.
Yes, you can.
One for the wake, one for the funeral.
And then cremate me and throw my ashes in the faces of my enemy.
Wait, there's so many. So how do we want to split up these ashes? There's like a lot.
We'll table this.
Okay.
So anyway.
Okay, so yes, but suicide. I think that like for me, like the suicide thing, like at the time, it didn't hit for me because I really didn't know kids who were. I didn't know of like a lot of kids who were like killing themselves. But like I said, just like the school shootings thing, like now that we have like social media, and now that we have things like Instagram and like body image issues, especially young girls who are killing themselves. And because you can bully so anonymously nowadays, this idea that kids are killing themselves, you know, over bullying or a sexual assault that gets out or whatever it is, that is very, very real now, at least for me. Like I wasn't aware of it as like such a big issue back then as it is now with like the advent of like social media and everything. And so because of that knowledge, I think the way that the subject matter was handled, like once again, it hit different for me. Like I was kind of like, ugh, you know, I still like love it. Like I still think this is like a fucking entertaining movie and I think it's fantastic, but there is that kind of like unsettling feeling that I got a few times with the suicide topic just because of more recent headlines that we've been exposed to.
Right. We're going to move into the next topic because they kind of tie together a little bit.
All right.
And that has to do with romanticizing violence and romanticizing manipulation, a manipulative character that uses violence.
Oh, I romanticized him so hard.
So fucking hard.
But I didn't know any better. I didn't know. I was just like, he's so hot. Oh my God. I has the biggest crush on JD.
It's like, the black hair. He's charismatic. I would 100% have sex with him on a croquet set.
He hates bullies. He comes up with really creative ways to kill bullies.
Yes.
Another plus, right? Another great characteristic.
He glamorizes terrible behavior. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that he gaslights Veronica at every single step of the way. There isn't a single moment that he isn't gaslighting her. Right. And really, that's what's wrong with the issue. Everything else.
And he's using her, her good-heartedness as a way to get kind of like this accomplice to the things that he is just naturally inclined to do. Like, this is not the first time JD has done this, obviously. No, like, I don't want anyone to know the body count at his other schools, right?
Got all of the same issues that you see in every other red flag relationship. He starts off by love bombing her. He love bombs her early on. He charms her with a huge amount of attention, with validation, with his rebellion. He pulls her into his orbit very quickly. And he preys on her by teaming up with her, by saying, I'm on your side when no one else is.
And also it's like he provides an escape for her. He sees that she's not happy with her friends, and he's just like, well, I don't like your friends either. Come over to the dark side.
Yeah. And then he encourages her very worst impulses. He feeds into her frustrations, both with the Heathers and then with everything else, and then with Ram and then with Kurt. And then he nudges her towards all the revenge fantasies. And then he tricks her. He tricks her into murder. He tricked her with Heather. He tricked her with Ram and Kurt by saying the Latin bullets, which really means like
bullets.
Yeah, it means like I'm lying in German.
Does it really?
Yeah. Bullets. L-U with the umlaut over the U. Yeah. Uh-huh. It means I'm lying. I lie in German.
Oh, well, that makes sense now.
He's literally, so I don't even know if he's kind of telling the truth, because he's saying I lie in German. Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't know German.
Correct. And so
that's a problem.
He didn't tell her that she had the wrong cup to give to Heather. Mm-hmm.
He just let her do it.
Yeah, he just let her do it. Every step of the way, he gaslit her, he manipulated her, he tricked her into murder. He convinced her that they were playing harmless pranks, but the entire time he was doing really deadly things.
Right.
And he does it to trap her. Mm-hmm. Now you can't leave me because we're in this together. We're Bonnie and Clyding it.
In the very beginning, there are definitely like some red flags that, I mean, probably like a lot of teenage girls like wouldn't catch, just because, oh my God, like there's this like tall, dark, and handsome, mysterious, smart, charismatic, rebel type dude, and he happens to be like really attractive. It's like that's gonna draw like any girl in and kind of like put blinders on for any teenage girl, right? And like I think in the beginning it did seem kind of like this dangerous romance, but I think that after the Kurt and Ram thing, especially after she tried to burn herself with a lighter and then he proceeds to light his cigarette on it, I think that's kind of like when things kind of took a turn and took a shift, where it was like, okay, maybe this is like not a good relationship for her to be in. And she's like, the light starts to dawn on her. It dawns on her way too late. But yeah, I mean, I think that you're right. Like, especially like for the first 2/3 of the movie, it does seem kind of like this dangerous teen romance, but there are red flags just waving everywhere on this guy.
Yeah. And like, there's this one point where they meet again and they have their face off in the school at the end of the film. And he's already planted bombs in the pep rally, and she goes there to stop him. She had at this point faked her death.
Right.
Now, the night before, he had climbed into her window because she was convinced that he was going to kill her and leave a suicide note. Mm-hmm. So she faked her death into thinking that she committed suicide. And he had the strangest response to it, which was, I loved you. Sure, I was coming here to kill you.
Right.
But I loved you. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what was your end game?
But that's the thing. It's like he's a chaos agent. Like like there is no end game for him, but just expressing like his hatred of the world.
Right.
He does like a pretty good job of explaining it in his villain's monologue towards the end. You know?
Right.
Like,
and that's where
the only thing that's calculated is how do I get through to the next person I want to kill. And that's where it starts and stops, it seems. Like, he does not have like a grand plan. It is just to wreak as much havoc on the world, which is full of shit, as possible. And that's it. I mean, it doesn't have to be more deep than that. Because, I mean, he was going to like kill her, okay? But then he was going to blow up the school anyway. So he's just a complete nihilist.
And like, when they have the face-off, it seems like he wants to live. Was he going to be the only survivor of this school? Was that his game plan the entire time?
I don't know. I think it's like really hard to say like what his motivations were, because yeah, it does seem like he's trying to live like towards the end, like when they're having like their scuffle in the boiler room or whatever. He's trying to escape from her. But then, I don't know, like maybe it's that like he knows that they're over. There's nothing else to live for, so he might as well just blow himself up as a statement. I don't know. I don't know if like from what we saw in the film, like that you can assign like a ton of logic to what he's saying beyond, I think like his like assertion of like what the world is like and what people are like, and is a cynical one, but it's not completely unfair either. I think that the actions that he takes in response to how he feels about the world are the bad part. And like I said, it's like I don't think that he is like, I'm going to like, what is he trying to do? Like purge it of all the bad people? No, because there's a lot of innocent people in the school. Like he is just trying to, like, none of this matters to him. Like it's all bullshit to him. So you might as well blow up the entire fucking school. Who cares? Right? And if I don't achieve that, then what am I even doing here? Like you've ruined my entire plan. I don't have you, this woman he allegedly loves in this sick, twisted way. So why not just blow myself up in the ultimate statement that I can make on my way out?
Chrissy, I mean it when I say I can fix them. I can fix them.
I would love to see you try to fix
I can
this
fix
dude.
them. I'm telling you.
I would.
It just, he just needed the right women.
Christian Slater had like a little run of I can fix him roles. Like Pump Up the Volume was like the next year.
I don't
You really
know.
want to fix that guy.
Seriously. And then we're going to do Pump Up the Volume next, and we're just going to rate all the I Can Fix It girls.
I haven't seen Pump Up the Volume in so long. It's so good. I've watched it like a million times, but
get that on.
But he's doing the same
it's
kind
so
of thing.
good.
It's like not exactly the same. He's just, you know.
It's such a strong soundtrack to have on vinyl. Just saying. I want this movie to have a better vinyl soundtrack, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
You would think
that one of the
Paul
crimes?
Westerberg, going to Westerberg High, there'd be replacements on the... No replacements.
Well, all they talked about was Big Fun.
True. And they only had the one song, and you don't really like the song. Song's
Teenage
not that
Suicide,
great.
don't do it. No, it sucked.
Teenage Suicide, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like it's not even catchy.
Not very much.
I'm not
no.
into it. No. Okay, so that's another crime. Was that one of your 10?
So another crime is this film is very strange when it comes to its body shaming. And now we're on to some of the lower level stuff, but it's just like, it's very like not very girl friendly. All the women are very much pitted against each other. And it's only when Veronica is truly just feeling her every now and then when she reaches out and decides to be kind. But when she doesn't decide to be kind, everybody else just turns on each other, just animals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, in fairness, people in high school are kind of animals.
Right.
My high school experience was not like this. Middle school fucking sucked. But girls are mean. Like there are mean girls.
And it's the same issue. It's something that's carried over to Mean Girls, but it's just like friendships exist. Like that's a thing that occurs. You can have positive friendships. It does paint women and women friendships and girl friendships in a terrible light where this is like the most extreme of them where we're just going to kill each other and just write fake suicide notes.
Right. Except for Veronica's relationship with Betty, right? They have like a moment like where they like reunite a little bit.
A little bit, but then she ends up like, again, getting rid of her when her more popular friends show up.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about Veronica, like if we understand kind of like her backstory, which we get like little tiny bits and pieces of, is like apparently she was not popular before when she wanted to be popular. And so she, like, I guess Heather Chandler took her under her wing and brought her into this clique and made her one of the popular girls. And Veronica's like still kind of like trying to hold on to like a little bit of like her decency. it's like really hard, like when she's hanging out with like these three women. And so you see her just like kind of rolling her eyes. She doesn't want to be pushed around by Heather. She tries to talk to Betty. She doesn't have anything against Martha, but she kind of like writes the note to Kurt anyways, you know, like she's in this kind of like this struggle, this like internal struggle. Which reminds me of like a little fact that I read I read that Veronica wears blue because it's the color of bruises because of how much she beats herself up, which would make sense because she is kind of like in this tug of war within herself. It's like, do I want to be popular and hang out with these girls, or do I want to be true to myself and not have any of that popularity and be friends with people like Betty? And that's something that she struggles with like the entire time. Like she's always kind of going back and forth between like, am I good? Am I bad? Am I a murderer who really wanted them dead? Or am I just somebody who got swept up in everything? And I think it's a little bit of both, you know? And so hence the bruises, hence the blue.
Okay, I'll buy that. Why not?
No, I mean, but you're right. I mean, I think that, yes, the way that it depicts female friendships is, I mean, I didn't have female friendships quite like this in high school. Like they weren't anywhere near like this in high school, actually. I knew very nice people in high school. But I do know that other girls did not have the same experience that I did. And I know that there are mean girls. And I know that there were, you know, girls that would make fun of other ones and the nerds and everything. It's very cliquey. It's like very like survival of the fittest. It's very like Lord of the Flies and shit. And it's like, you better pick like the right side. And like, if you don't, then the other side's going to be totally vicious. And that's something that's still very true, I think, today. So while they did depict women not being nice to one another, I think that that is something that is also very honest about that period in a lot of people's lives.
Fair. Mm-hmm. My next one is a lack of accountability. There were no consequences for anybody's actions, no matter what. And it can range from whether or not you tried to kill the entire student body, to you killed a couple members of the student body, to bullying, to anything. And there were no consequences whatsoever. The school had a complete lack of authority figures. Every authority figure in the school was depicted as a moron. All of the parents were kind of depicted as loosey-goosey morons. And all of the authority figures were depicted as jokes. Right. And that was part of the satire. It was exactly part of the satire.
Oh, it is a common trope in any teen movie in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen, sometimes they're not part of the satire. Sometimes you have like the John Hughes movies, whether it's 16 Candles where they are part of the satire, or it's Breakfast Club where they're not, and they are deeper levels of the story. Mm-hmm. In this case, they're very cartoonish.
Oh, for sure.
And that's fine. That's totally fine. But it's just, I'm just throwing that out there. And the reason I keep throwing these out, and they're not necessarily sticking, it's also because I think this movie is a perfect movie.
Oh, it's amazing. Okay, so I do want to differ with you on a couple of things.
Okay.
Because some people did get some consequences. Heather Chandler got some consequences in the form of drinking Drano.
Died.
And then and Kurt and Ram got consequences for being massive dicks who are very date rapey,
right, so
and
JD
who spread rumors around about people. JD killed a bunch of people and he blew himself up. He kind of like self-destructed, literally.
That doesn't count. Because
that's not taking account because it was voluntary,
himself.
Right? For sure, he that's not taking accountability. And Winona Ryder's character Veronica does not have to. She didn't even get suspended for killing 3 people.
No,
which is kind of fucked up.
No, she got a cigarette at the end and got an awesome night out with Martha Dunstock, where they're going to rent movies.
Night in, like they're going to pop popcorn and watch rom-coms or some shit.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
It sounds amazing. Martha seems great. And you know what? She did that little twirly thing in like her wheelchair at the end. I'm like, she looks like a fucking blast. She looks like a good time.
Yeah.
And nobody's just not letting her have a good time. So, I mean, you're right. Like, okay, well, let's dig into that a little bit. So Veronica, she is totally complicit in murdering these people. I mean, Heather Chandler, like, that was an accident. But she covered it up, right? With the suicide note and everything, and lied to everybody about it to help to, so that they could get away with it.
Well,
but like she fucking, first of all, believed that these were like not real bullets, even though like they just committed murder. Okay, fine. but she kind of knew by the time she shot Kurt that these are probably real fucking bullets. So she actually did kill him. So how do you feel about, okay, we like Veronica. We like her even though she killed 2 people, mostly because those 2 people probably deserved to die. They were terrible. But do you think that she should have had some kind of comeuppance? And what would that have looked like?
Listen, I hate for the idea of Veronica to go to jail, but Jesus Christ, someone should know. When I was thinking of the lack of accountability, the thing that came to my mind wasn't actually necessarily what Veronica did or what the kids did, but it had to do with how the adults reacted to what the kids did when they were reacting. And for me, that was the one dumb shit teacher that was the hippie trippy, the one that had the line, taking your own life is the biggest decision a teenager can make. The one that was like pushing her own agenda on the student, on the school, because she wanted to move up in her career. And she was the one that came to mind. Like, this is what passes for authority.
I mean, and it wasn't even authority. She's just like, let's talk about our feelings, you guys. Like that was about the extent of her expertise,
right?
Or
but then
her involvement in any of this.
Becomes an authority figure later on because she takes control of the school because more suicides keep happening. So there's this lack of accountability because the only people that can hold other people accountable are idiots, like this woman.
Yeah, I mean the actual like authority, like even like closing down the school, like nobody's taking the suicide seriously,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, no, but the one thing I will give Mrs. Fleming is that she's just like, aren't you kind of disturbed that these kids are doing this? And it's like, okay, there's like a voice of reason here, because the other ones are just kind of like calmly smoking cigarettes saying, what do we close down like an hour before like school's supposed to end, you know? And like, that's the debate. You know, like how much time off should the kids get?
Half a day for a cheerleader.
Yeah, but I mean, on the flip side of like what you're saying is that she, at least at first, was the only person that saw the gravity of it.
Sure.
Even if it was somewhat performative.
Everything that everybody does is performative, especially when it comes to the adults. Whether it's Odo when he's heading up the church.
Oh, Otto. Oh my God. It was such a Beetlejuice reunion. I totally forgot he was in this.
Yeah. Like, all the adults, with the exception of the ones that are grieving, seem to be just in this performative mode.
Yeah.
Where they're doing...
Except, okay, there's one exception. When Veronica's mom actually sets her straight in the first piece of like real fucking talk that Veronica has probably gotten in her life from her mother. Because Veronica's like, we just want to be treated like human beings. And she's like, excuse me, Miss Little Thing. She's like, when teenagers complain about not being treated like human beings, it's because they are being treated like human beings. And I was just like, snap, Mom.
Oh my God.
Fucking snap. Yes. And it was like weird because it was like a moment of like real parenting, of like real fucking parenting that I heard that line probably from my mom at some point, you know? And it was so real. But I was like, that's like the only fucking talking to these kids are getting. Like, that's the only dose of reality. That's the most real fucking thing that this character has heard this entire movie. And I just wanted to like high five the mom so bad. I was just like, you're right, man.
That was a good mom. Was that Jessica Walters?
The mom? Let me see. Let me look. Yeah, I don't see a credit for the mom, unfortunately.
Oh, it's Jennifer Rhodes. Jennifer Rhodes.
She was like, more pate?
Yeah.
You know, it immediately goes back to kind of like the kind of like caricatured performance or whatever, but it was super real talk. I love that. I love that line.
It's so good. It's such a good line.
Great.
It's again, so many great lines.
But that's like the only part where it was just like, shut up, stop complaining, buck up. Life is hard. It's going to get harder for you. You can't keep killing people throughout adulthood, you know? It's going to start to look suspicious. So, okay. Accountability. Anything else you want to say about accountability?
A little bit, not about accountability. I can go on to the next one, which was just a little bit of tonal whiplash at times. It was just a little bit of, sometimes it just kind of flips you around a little bit.
Like what? Like, give me a scene.
I mean, almost all the funeral scenes. Particularly with Kurt and Ram's funeral.
Okay.
You didn't know with the people that were actually grieving the loss of their son, and then the humor of the scene with them being buried with their football helmets on. And I love my dead gay son, and then watching his sister be crying, and then it's just one after the other. Also, like the dream sequence with Heather Duke's funeral and being killed, with the Moby Dick line, with the underlining of the Moby Dick, and that being read and being super dramatic, and running into to dead Heather and Heather in the church. Like all of that is super tonally weird.
Well, I think that like the only thing that I saw like a real tonal shift in was that like the movie starts out as like a really dark comic satire.
Right.
And by the end, it's like a thriller.
Right.
Which is fine. Because it is like it does very intentionally, I feel like, shift at a certain point, especially like Martha Dunstock attempted suicide. Like that's when it gets real, right? It's like there's a real person who is having real problems, who nobody likes, and is like an outcast in school and eats by herself and is probably an incredibly lonely person who goes and tries to commit suicide. And that is a very real thing, And so I think that the movie kind of like shifts and says, okay, this isn't necessarily funny anymore. Like it's still a very funny movie, but it's like the topic isn't, they don't treat it as flippantly as they were in the beginning.
Right.
Right. And so it does kind of shift from being this really funny movie with like just the fucking sharpest one-liners you've ever heard to this guy who thinks that nothing means anything, everybody's an asshole, the whole world is fucked, and I'm going to blow the whole thing up in a very real way. And taking innocent people along with him now too, even though in the beginning we were kind of okay with it because the people who got killed were assholes.
Right.
So that does kind of like shift the tone for sure. But you are kind of like, right, like with like the funeral and like the little sister turning around, it was just like, oh, like it was kind of funny at first, and then you're just like, okay,
but
no,
again,
this is actually like, pretty real.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. Listen, I love David Lynch, and David Lynch couldn't hold a tone to save his life, and that's fine. That's just a David Lynch film.
Right.
Yeah. That's really cool.
So, all right.
That's it for me. Like, I feel like
that's it for you. I think that, yeah, I mean, you covered all the ones that I had. But yeah, I do want to reiterate that, ladies, girls, do not date anybody who is like Christian Slater if you are in high school. If you see him, you should watch this movie just to know what to look out for, but do not. But if you see this guy, I know he's hot, I know he's smart, I know he's charismatic, I know he is wanting to whisk you away from all of your problems. Don't do it. Wait until you get to pump up the volume, Christian Slater, then that's cool.
Yeah, no, I think you can fix him. You can fix him to become pump up the volume, Christian Slater. Just get him like a vinyl collection.
Oh God, what if you had a vinyl collection? Vinyl collection's a kiss of death. Don't. That erases like a good 3 red flags, doesn't it?
Introduce him to Beastie Boys and Tom Waits and move his ass to Arizona, and then you'll have the right combination to turn him into pump up the volume Christian Slater. If you get him a skateboard, you might have Gleaming the Cube Christian Slater.
Oh, Gleaming the Cube.
Get some blonde hair going.
Oh, wow. Okay, we need to review some more Christian Slater films. That's what we have to do, apparently. Okay. Wait, go ahead.
I was going to say Legend of Billie Jean Christian Slater, but I'm like, that's only if you get him a dirt bike and throw him in Alabama.
Oh my God. Okay. Aaron, would you like to chuck or cherish this film?
Oh, no. I'm watching it again when we're done here.
I love this film. I cherish it still. I think it is a classic. I think that it just brought me so much joy rewatching this film, and I was astonished at how many lines I still remembered. Like, I remembered what they're going to say next, everything, and some of the lines you just can't forget. Like, they're just so fucking iconic. And this is Christian Slater's best work. This is some of Winona Ryder's best work. I think it is in the upper echelons of high school teen films. I am a huge fan of this film. I'm sad that I hadn't watched it in years before we rewatched it, so thank you, Aaron. Thank you for picking Heathers.
Yeah, my pleasure. I love this movie. Shout out to Kim Walker and Shannen Doherty, both of which have passed away. They both did fantastic jobs in this film, and they will always be remembered. I love them both. This is just an amazing piece of cinema. I highly recommend you watch it. Do it with an open mind. Understand that it comes from a different time where the humor was a little bit more off keel.
Yeah, it was a little bit darker, a little bit edgier, but it's okay. It's
But
great.
it is what
That's
it
what makes
is.
it great.
And it's what it is fantastic.
That is correct. All right. Well, this has been lovely. Thank you for making me rewatch Heathers again, Erin. This is a classic.
Yay.
It brought me joy. But yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. And thanks for everybody for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.